Hi everyone, welcome to another week of Wellness Wednesdays. The holidays are officially here, and with the holidays comes friends, family, and of course amazing, delicious food. But if you have been dieting or you have been staying on track for a certain fitness goal, these holiday foods can seem intimidating. Now me personally, I am not a big advocate for dieting or kind of restricting yourself during the holiday. I like to consider the holidays a time for where I can just put my mind at ease and kind of relax in terms of my diet. But if you do want to be just a little bit more conscious of what you eat, or you want to try to stay on track while still enjoying the foods that you love, here are my 3 tips on how to tackle the holiday foods. Tip number 1 from me is to try to use a smaller plate. Smaller plates will help with eating smaller portions. You'll still be able to enjoy the foods you love while cutting back on the portion sizes without even really thinking about it. Moving on to tip number 2 is to try to eat slower. It takes a little while for the food we eat to move to our stomach. The stomach is where different hormones are produced that control our hunger, and it sends signals to our brain to let us know, oh hey, you're getting full now. You know, you're not hungry anymore. And if you eat too fast, you may be overeating before you realize that you are actually full, which can kind of give you that stuffed feeling afterwards. Now, a couple ways you can try to eat slower is to take it 1 plate at a time. After you finish your first plate, try to wait around 10 to 15 minutes and see if you are still hungry after waiting, and then go for seconds. If you're still hungry, go for it. And as you keep repeating this process of waiting 10 to 15 minutes after each plate, you'll kind of start to realize that, oh, I am full now, I am satisfied. Another way to help you eat slower is to have conversations while you eat. And talking with others will subconsciously slow down your eating. It is the holidays, so hopefully you are catching up with friends and family while still enjoying your meal. Moving on to tip number 3 is to try not to overcompensate. What I mean by this is to not punish yourself for having a good time. Just like how one day of staying on track and staying on a plan will not get you to your end goal, one day of going off track or eating off your plan is not going to ruin all of your progress and your hard work. There are really 2 main ways to overcompensate. It can mean either lowering the amount of calories that you consume the next day in order to try and make up for the amount of calories that you had the day before, or it can mean increasing the amount of time you were working out in order to try and burn off those calories that you consumed the day before. Hopefully you had a really good time with your loved ones, and the last thing you should really do is punish yourself for it by either eating less the next day or working out a lot more the next day to try and make up for the food that you ate the day before. The most important thing is that you try and get right back on track and try not to feel guilty about it. And of course you can go for an extended walk or try and be a little bit more health conscious of what you're eating the next day. But the important part that I'm trying to emphasize with this tip is that it should not feel like a punishment the next day after enjoying really good food. And that is about it for me. I really hope that you're all able to enjoy this holiday season without being fearful or anxious of the foods that come with it. Create special memories and have a great time with all of your friends and family. Happy Thanksgiving, stay warm, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.